Whole school. Community. Think of your communities. Friends, colleagues, family. Where do you go when bad things happen? Friends, colleagues, family. Where do you go when good things happen to celebrate? Friends, colleagues, family, right? We are social beings. And if we think in terms of community connection, for our kids, schools, for many of our students, are one of the most important communities in their lives. I would probably say for most all of your students. School after family is probably the most or one of the most. And so how do we help kids feel safe and connected to everyone in school? You know, I worked in a district and had this conversation with a middle school. And one of the middle school teams said, I wonder if all our kids if we feel connected to all our kids. And they took the names of their kids, put it on white stickies, right? Put them up on the whiteboard the next time they had a team meeting. And that their challenge at that team meeting was that they said to themselves, let's go up and pull off the yellow sticky of all the kids we feel connected to. Now, they knew all the kids, but it was who I feel connected to. And they did that. And there were 5 names left on the board. And 4 of those 5 names, frequent flyer discipline kids. And they made it their business. How do we reach out and connect? How do we help these students connect to school, to us? How do we get connected to them? And they developed plans to do that. Simple things, saying hello, showing an interest in things they were expressing an interest in, whatever it might be. And as they developed those relationships, 3 out of those 4 frequent flyers, the intensity and frequency of the behavior decreased dramatically as they felt this connection from the teacher in the reach out. We never know who the kids are who are affected by traumatic events. You know kids whose lives outside of school probably aren't the best. You suspect others, but we never know who all the kids are. That girl that I met in high school, to me, is the classic example of that. Not only did we not know, no one even suspected. And so if we can think in terms of community, then we think in terms of all our kids. And I think the last piece, and it's probably one of the most important parts of the importance of community, is that the things we do to support the needs of students impacted by traumatic experience, that these things are good for all kids. What student in that reading study done by Head Start did not benefit from explicit instruction in self-regulation? What kid doesn't benefit from a school-wide approach to reach out and connect to all students? They all do. And I think that's an important piece in that when we talk about the what do we do, we're not talking about reaching out to yet another subset of our student body. We're talking about making sure that we think in terms of the whole community, all of our kids, and that what we're doing and how we're interacting with them is constantly in the context of trauma-informed, trauma-sensitive. It's good for everybody. And so if these are sort of the underlying elements, whole child, whole school, the definition of a trauma-sensitive school is pretty straightforward. It's a place where all students feel safe, welcomed, and supported. And we understand the impact of trauma on student learning. That's the definition. It's kind of like motherhood and apple pie in some ways.